Right, so welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to learn how to construct a frequency distribution table, as well as how to draw a histogram and a polygon on top of the histogram. Okay, so the question here says the following data represents the percentages obtained by 50 students in a statistics test. So you can see the marks here. So these are marks for 50 students. Okay, so the question now says using the class intervals 45 to 49, 50 to 54, and so on until you reach 95 to 99. Okay, construct one, a relative cumulative frequency distribution table. Two, construct a histogram with a frequency polygon superimposed on it. So now to construct a histogram, then we need what we call as class boundaries. Okay, and to construct a frequency polygon, we need what we call as the midpoints. Okay, so now how can I construct this frequency distribution table? So I'm going to say the first column here is just going to get the class boundaries. The class intervals. Okay, so class intervals, and then I'll also add here class boundaries. Okay, so these class boundaries will be very important in finding in sketching the histogram, sorry. Okay, and then from the class boundaries, I can say I have my midpoint, which will be important for the frequency polygon. So we can represent this by X. And then from there, I have my frequency, okay, my relative frequency, then my cumulative frequency, and then my relative cumulative frequency. Okay, so now the classes that we've been taught to use, they said we should start at 45 to 49. Then the other one was 50 to 54. Okay, so now from these two that we have the class intervals, we can determine what our width is. Okay, so now from the 50 to the 45, or from the 45 to the 50, what is happening there? They're just adding a 5. So meaning in the next row here, I'm going to have a 55. Okay, in the next row, 60, here has to be 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. Okay, 90, and then 95. And this for the one for the 91 was the last. So 95 to 99. So we can also do the same on the other part. Okay, so from the 49 to the 54, what have they done? They've just added the 5. Okay, so meaning that becomes 44. 54 plus 5, so it get 59. Then here to be 64, 69. This will be 74, 79, 84, 89, and then 94. Okay, so these here are my class intervals. Okay, and then to find the midpoints, I'll just be saying 45, or the lower class interval, the lower class limit plus the upper divided by 2. So 45 plus 49 divided by 2, I get 47. Okay, and you can do the same for the others. For this one, you get 52. This one, you're going to get 57. The next one, 62, 67, 72, 77, 82, 87, 92, 97, and then 102. Okay, but that one doesn't even have to be included because I'm ending there. Okay, what about the class boundaries? So the class boundaries are very important when you are sketching the histogram. So how do those work? Okay, so to find the class boundaries, you're going to be subtracting a 0.5 from the lower boundary, okay, and adding 0.5 to the upper one. So if I subtract a 0.5 from the 45, what do you think I'm going to get? I'm going to get 44.5 all the way to, if I add 0.5 to this guy, I get 49.5. So the whole purpose of finding the plus boundaries is because this data is continuous, and I know that the histogram should show a continuous data set. Okay, from the 50, I subtract 0.5, I get 49.5 all the way to 54.5. And you continue just like that. So this one is going to be 54.5 all the way to 59.5. Okay, 59.5 all the way to 64.5, just like that. This one now will be 64.5 all the way to 69.5, 74 point, oh, sorry, 69.5 here, all the way to 74.5. Okay, and then it means, oh yeah, so it means here this will be 74.5 all the way to 79.5. Okay, and then from there I get 79.5 all the way to 84.5. Okay, and then here I'm going to get 84.5 all the way to 89.5. Here it will be 89.5 all the way to 94.5. Here it will be what now? To be 94.5 all the way to 99.5. Okay, so now what about the frequency? So how many numbers are between 45 and 49? So 49 and 45, I can see 48, cancel it. Okay, what are the number? Okay, I can't see any other number, so the frequency there is 1. Okay, between 50 and 54, how many numbers can we see there? 50 and 54, I can only see 52. Okay, so the frequency there is also 1 because there is no other number. And then between 55 and 59, 55 and 59. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, any other that is between there? This one here, 4. So I'm going to say 4. Between 60 and 64, I'm going to find how many. 60 and 64. So 1, 2, 3. 60 and 64. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then is there any other here? Okay, this one, 4. So I'm going to write 4. Okay, what about 65 and 69? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be 5. What about 70 and 79? 74, sorry. 70 and 74. How many am I going to find there? 70 and 74. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. 5. Okay, 6, 7. So I'm going to find 7 there. The ones that are between 70 and 74. Then between 75 and 79, I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, then 6. So I write 6 there. Between 80 and 84, okay, between 80 and 84, how many am I going to find? 80 and 84. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get 6. And then 85 and 89, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I also get 6. 90 and 94, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I also get 6 there. And then 95 to 99, I get 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get 4. Okay, so this is my frequency. Let's try to add the frequency to see if it's going to give me the total data points there. Okay, so let me punch that on my calculator. Okay, so it's giving me total frequency as a 50. So summation of F here is 50. So meaning my frequencies are correct. Okay, what else? The relative frequency. So how do we find the relative frequency? We just simply say the frequency. For example, here the frequency is 1 divided by the total frequency, which is a 50 there. So I end up having my relative frequency 1 over 50, which is just 0.02. Okay, even here to be 0.02. 4 divided by 50, it gets 0.08. 4 again, it gets 0.08. 5 divided by 50 gets 0.10. 7 divided by 50 is 0.14. 6 divided by 50, I get 0.0. Sorry, but 0.12. By 6 again, I get the same. I also get the same. Divide by 4, 0.08. Oh, that should be 0.12. Then this one minus 0.08. Okay, so those are my relative frequencies. What about cumulative frequencies? Cumulative frequency, the first one is always the same as the frequency. And then now I say 1 plus 1, I get 2. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. 15 plus 7, 22. 22 plus 6, 28. 28 plus 6, 34. 34 plus 6, 40. 40 plus 6, 46. 46 plus 4, 50. And then it confirms here that it is true because the last cumulative frequency should be equal to the total frequency, which is 50-50 there. Okay, and then how do you think we find now this relative cumulative frequency? Relative cumulative frequency is equals to the cumulative frequency divided by the total cumulative frequency. So the total cumulative frequency in this case, okay, it's just 50. This one, the last one. So meaning that 1 divided by 50, I get 0.02. 2 divided by 50, I get 0.04. A 6 divided by 50, get 0.12. 10 divided by 50, I get 0.20. 15 divided by 50 is 0.30. 22 divided by 50 gets 0.44. 28 divided by 50, I get 0.56. 34 divided by 50 gets 0.68. 40 divided by 50 gets 0.80. 46 divided by 50, I get 0.92. 50 divided by 50, I get 1. So that there is my relative cumulative frequency. And I've actually added everything that is needed for this question to this table. Okay, so that is the frequency table that we are required to what? To draw. Okay, so we have done part 1. And then part 2 now says construct a histogram with a frequency polygon superimposed on it. So first of all, we're going to construct the histogram. And then on top of it, we're going to put the polygon. So now, to construct a histogram, you just plot, okay? You just plot the frequency against the boundaries, okay? The frequency against the boundaries. So you're going to draw something like this. You're going to put frequency here, then the boundaries here. Okay, so you're going to be drawing bars. The height of those bars will just be the frequency. And then the width will be what? The class boundaries. So for example, if I'm coming from 44.5 to 49.5, I'll just draw a bar that goes up to the frequency of what? 1. Like that. And then it comes down. Okay, and then you continue just like that. So now let's draw this, but not here, on the next page. So let's get the necessary things that we need anyway. So we need the midpoints and the frequency there. This is what we need here. Okay, so this here is all that we need in order to find the histogram. Okay, so now this histogram, you can see I already have a scale here. I have the frequency here, and then I have the boundaries there. Okay, so now when you look at the frequencies, the one which has the highest frequency is this 7 guy here. Okay, and then between the first part here, this one here, between 44.5 and 49.5, the frequency is 1. So I'm just going to draw a bar that goes up to 1. So that is 1. Then here it comes down on 1 like that. Okay, and then also the next interval there has a height of 1. So between 49.5 and 54.5, it is also 1. So this continues like that. Okay, between 54.5 and 59.5, this one here, my height is 4. So meaning this guy has to go up to 4. So 4 is somewhere there. Forgive my drawing if it's not straight, but yeah, 4 is somewhere there. Coming down like that. Okay, and then the next one again follows 4. So it will be the same thing. Then it comes down. Okay, and then now between 64.5 and 69.5, I go to 5. So 5 is somewhere there, so this has to increase a bit to 5. Okay, and then I come down. The next one goes up to 7. 69.5 all the way up to 74.5. So that one goes up to 7 and it's the high. So 7 is somewhere there. So I have to raise this to 7. So 7 is somewhere there. And then come down like this. Then I come down. Okay, and then the next 4 are on 6. So 6 is somewhere here. Okay, so this is 6. This is 6. This is 6. Okay, it continues to go. This is also 6 here. Okay, then the last one is 4. So 4 somewhere here. Then it drops. Okay, that is between 94.5 and 99.5. Okay, so whatever I've drawn here, this is the histogram. Okay, whatever I've drawn here is our what? Histogram. So just plot the class boundaries against the frequency. Okay, and then once you've done that now, we can now, the question here was saying frequency polygon superimposed on the histogram. So what you do now to plot um, the polygon, okay, you just plot this to my midpoint. So midpoint between these two is 47. So just put a dot in the midpoint of each and these bars. So a dot there, dot, dot, dot. Okay, on the midpoint, 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 midpoint. Okay, so once you've put the midpoints that are there, this frequency polygon always has to start at 0 and end at 0. Okay, so meaning that somewhere here along the way, okay, let me go here. So the first point was 45. So I have to go, if, okay, when I look at these midpoints, okay, it was 47, okay, and then 52. So they're increasing by 5. So meaning from 47, if I say 47 minus 5, I get 42. And then if I say 97 plus 5, I get 102. So at 42 and 102, the frequency, we're going to have a height of 0. So let's say if this is 44, then maybe 42 is there at 0. And if this is 99.5, then 102, maybe it's there at 0. Okay, then once you manage to do that, you just have to connect all these dots with a straight line. So it will be like this, then straight line to that, then like that. Okay, it has to be a straight line, so straight line, then to this, then to that, then to that, okay, then to this, then straight line like that. Okay, then to this, and then to the last one. Okay, so this guy in blue here, it's the frequency polygon. Okay, so the frequency polygon, just plot the midpoints of those bars for the histogram, then connect them using straight lines. Then you have your polygon. Right, so this is our histogram with the polygon superimposed on it. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Tutor Solutions. If you need more videos, you can check the links in the description below here. They will give you a link to our website, which is discretelearning.com. So discretelearning.com has videos on everything that you have to know. So you can learn at your own time, at your own pace, even in your blankets. Okay, for those who like to register and contact me, my number is 0779 96 40 and then 10. So that is Tutor Solutions. Okay, I'll be very happy if you give me a call or you drop me a text on WhatsApp so that we can see how we can help you. So thank you so much once more. This has been Tutor Solutions. Until next time, I was there for you.